Welcome to Vegas Circle with Pocky and Chris, and today joining the circle with us at Bottega Exchange, we got the one and only Coco Vinny, founder of Coco Taps. You've probably seen him on CNBC's TV show The Profit, or you've probably seen him on ABC's TV show Shark Tank. So man, welcome man, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
It's a happy Coco Motivational Monday today.
Yeah. Background, man. I know we got a chance to meet and everything.
Sure.
Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Vegas. So my whole family moved to Vegas when I was about 10. And I've had the untraditional upbringing, actually. My father's downfall is actually what catapulted me into entrepreneurialism. So my father went to prison when I was 15.
Wow.
And we lost everything. So I was, I had 2 full-time jobs and was going to school at 15, 16 and just helping mom. And that wasn't enough. I still almost ended up homeless. So I started my first company at 17 here in town and built that up. I bought my first house with my mom and little sister at 18 and never looked back. I've never worked for anybody since then. So been in a lot of different ventures. And so my background is basically problem solving.
Yeah.
And, if there's pain, then I got to heal it and fix it. So that's really, I'm just very observant and very sort of empathetic to what's going on around me and figuring out how to make it better.
Did you originally start like in the gaming industry?
Well, my last venture, I started a company called Zen Entertainment, and it was a online gaming company. We had poker patents that I'd helped develop, and so we built that into a full gaming platform. We had a lot of people on the network. I had UFC poker and WWE poker and a lot of. So that was my last venture, and it was called Zen Entertainment.
Is that you? Is that your company, or your name, or?
Zaldivar Entertainment Network is what Zen stood for.
Okay.
But it was just it was you have to go through hell to find your own heaven, and I was at the end of that road of raising millions of dollars and working those 16, 18-hour days, and I was just kind of burned out because the product didn't fulfill my soul. So I was empty. I was just not happy, and so I talk about that. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta demolition everything down to the ground, reset, hard reset. That Control Alt Delete and just start over.
It's a big difference to what you're currently doing. How do you kind of go from being somebody who's creating online platforms, poker, and then go into manufacturing and creating your own product?
Yeah, no, I didn't have any idea what I was going to do next. I just said, this is not it. And then, so you take a step back. It took me probably 3-4 years of turning over rocks, exploring, understanding what my true essence and purpose and vision is. And so I came up with 3. It was the next project that I was going to create or do had to be good for people, good for the planet, and fun, good for me.
Yeah.
If it didn't fit all of those, then I was out. Didn't matter how much money, didn't matter whatever. I was passing on everything except something that fit.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And nothing really fit that was existing. I was going to buy an existing company and nothing fit. So by chance, I hated coconut water in the package. It was tasted terrible.
Yeah.
And when I had a fresh coconut, it changed my whole deal. I was doing Ironman. I did a half Ironman in Kona. Swim, bike, run.
Yeah. Was that Hawaii?
Hawaii. Yeah. And so everybody's drinking this package crap.
Guys, this stuff is good too. Just to let you know,
Everybody's
stuff is really
drinking,
good.
all the packaged stuff. So I was just literally sitting at lunch, and I was like, why don't we just take the top of the water bottle and get it into a coconut fresh, so nobody has to cut their fingers off or make a mess. And it started there. And then.
How long ago was that?
So I got that idea in 2014. So it took me about 18 months of just hardcore, check writing and trying to find manufacturers and trying to figure out how to make this toolkit. I had a first toolkit that came out first. And then I realized that the toolkit was cool, people still buy it, but that's a one-time sale. And the residual model was actually branding and tapping and delivering the coconuts to businesses and resorts, vacation. So.
Well, it makes sense, especially being in Vegas. I mean, you got
perfect. You
hydrating
is perfect.
Yeah, it's sort of hot out here.
And I got lucky because I have roots in Vegas, and somebody saw one of my coconuts. I think we were at Life is Beautiful, tried it out. And
that's a perfect place to hydrate.
They loved it. And so one of the executives from the Wynn was there, and I got this call. And before we were even set up, we got the call. They're like, we want 40, 50 cases a week. And I was like, okay. And then, so I had to figure that out real quick. And so it was a kind of a funny story. You know, there's this picture online that has Amazon and Google and Apple and Disney and all these different companies that started in the garage. And
I saw that.
We started
Yeah.
in the garage. Like that first big order that came in, we were in the garage, tapping coconuts in the garage, bootlicking them down, you know, just straight hustle style. And it was scary because we didn't want to get caught doing, you know, no licenses or anything like that. So we grew into that real quick. We got licenses and all that other stuff. So
Yeah, it sounds like you've dealt with like adversity throughout, and then
Yeah.
you know, is that something you think propels you and motivates you when you're building a company? Like, what do you enjoy most about building a company? Is it the adversity that you have to kind of like problem solve and overcome?
yeah, I mean, you gotta get used to, you know, basically if you're, I don't know, I guess if you're gonna cook, you gotta learn to work with fire, right?
Yeah, right.
So, and it ain't about how hot the kitchen is. You ain't getting out of there unless somebody's getting a good meal. So you gotta make the best, you know, best thing with what you have. So, you know, use the tools you got until better tools come along. Sometimes you gotta just make your own breaks no matter what.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And your spirit is just up, man. I mean, you dealing with your father and all of that. I mean, you really getting it out of the mud and building your own company. It's just, how have you been able to keep your mind right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a mental battle.
it is. You know, it's just it's a practice. Motivation and like keeping positivity is a practice. Every day you gotta bathe, and every day you have to actually keep yourself on target and, you know, eat right and surround yourself with positive people and work out. And you gotta work on it every day. It's a practice. But you keep it under check and you
Yeah.
know, practice. And I've blown up deals before just because I'm like, I have a fire inside of me, and you know, people come at you, like, you just do your best to stay in that cocoa chill space and just work through it.
So you set up the first American coconut tool kit, basically, huh? So you guys
Yeah.
put that together and
I packaged
So-
a toolkit. It came
Yeah.
with 2 taps like this
yeah.
and the tool. So you could basically make a hole in the coconut,
Mhm.
and then this thing would screw on the coconut. You tap your own coconut. And so that was cool. I got on Shark Tank with that, and then we sold a bunch of those toolkits on Shark Tank. And then we started getting into all the resorts. So
Yeah.
we've been in this market now like 3.5 years, and we've done great. We grew last year from this year 67%.
That's big.
Organic. No, you know, just the product is really selling itself.
Do you still sell the toolkits separately versus, or you
Yeah.
cut off toolkits?
No, you can buy a toolkit online on our website, but it's you know, we're gonna phase that out probably. I have a new tool that I'm developing called the Island Survival Kit,
Mhm.
and that thing's gonna be tight because it's gonna have all kinds of new functions. Like if you imagine yourself trapped on an island, it'll have everything you need to get the coconut meat, and then also it'll have like a wine opener and a beer thing and all this other cool stuff coming out. So
So are these taps reusable?
yeah, that's totally reusable.
That's cool.
How
Yeah.
long does this last? So
The coconut tap will last 3 to 4 weeks in the fridge. So it lasts
3 or
long
4
time.
weeks? That was long.
Yeah. If you just cut a hole in a coconut, like cut the top off, you got like 1 day
Mhm.
before it oxidizes and turns.
Mhm.
But since that's airtight and designed the way it is, then it keeps, you know, and so that gives us shelf life. You know, we're getting into convenience stores. We're at the Terrible Herbst at State Line. That thing is blowing through 25, 30 cases a week.
State line. How in the world, man?
So
That's just nothing but tourists.
they're
just go
selling them
through.
for $9, and they're making good money on just our one SKU. Speed Vegas, where they
Speed
race the Lamborghinis and stuff.
Yeah.
They're selling, you know, cases and cases every week. It's just solid. Like, it's fun. I mean,
How does that feel, man? When you're dealing with
Man.
Shark Tank, dealing with all the craziness, and then now
Uh-huh.
you're seeing all this in fruition is
Yeah,
just
right.
unbelievable.
So
I mean,
yeah,
what does that do to your
I mean,
spirit? I mean,
it keeps me going because
Yeah.
if there wasn't adoption, I'd probably be, you know, figuring out how to change into watermelons or something. But this is literally like this is my cocoa dream that I
Yeah.
literally, you know, came from nothing, just the idea. And so,
When you find that idea and you get it, and you're really feeling like that's going to be something that's going to drive you, and you start growing the business and trying to make those changes, what is like the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome as you were kind of beginning to grow your business?
yeah, I mean, one of the biggest obstacles I feel is the whole, you know, chicken and the egg scenario. So getting growth capital or getting enough capital to get things done, to get the business, or, you know, vice versa. It's always a delicate balance. And I haven't gone out and raised money from venture capital or done anything. I decided to do exactly the opposite what I did in my last company. Last company I raised 18 million. And this company I raised nothing. Like just whatever we got, we're like bootstrapped, total just grind. And there's some days when I'm like, man, I want to stop this. Let me just go raise $1 million real quick. But no, it's a discipline to preserve the ownership, the equity. You don't want too many cooks in the kitchen. So capital's been a tough one, but it's sales solves everything there. So we focus on, you know, we're about to sign some massively huge contracts with all the cruise ship industry. I'm doing a big talk on zero waste in Miami next month, and we're going to be talking to the entire International Cruise Ship Association. There's some great things happening, like what we're doing with the ocean safe, biodegradable stuff. I mean, this is what they call a blue ocean strategy. So we have a blue ocean strategy so we can keep the ocean blue. And that is, you know, sharks fight and they fight for the same food. That's what they call red ocean.
Oh, that's what Matt was just talking about.
Everybody's fighting for the same nugget. But no, we're over here and we're on our own little
awesome.
island with the you know, we want to be ahead of it.
That's great. Is one of the biggest impacts is because you want to stay owning it instead of, because you know sometimes you raise capital and you get, like you said, too many cooks in the kitchen, you just get sidetracked a lot of times on what the vision is.
At least at this stage, I mean, we're going to scale it. We'll probably do 12-15 million in revenue in the next few years and massively great margins. You know, then we can decide what we want to do then. We can go public, we can do other ways to keep growing. There's so many ways we can go with this. We can go from, I mean, we could end up, these could be in, you know, Sprouts and Whole Foods and Walmarts and everything else down the road. But right now we're sticking to like premium, high-end, ultimate vacation. You know, when you're on a cruise ship, you're at Disneyland, you're in a theme park, you know, you're in Vegas, a resort.
It makes sense.
We're going to stick to that focus until we really saturate, you know, that, and then we'll move to the next phase.
That's good.
How hard was it to kind of streamline your manufacturing process? It seems like there's a lot of moving pieces. You got to get the tap, the caps,
man. I mean,
even just the skinning of the coconut.
Well, luckily the farms do that for us. The farms shave it for us. It's called a diamond cut. We brand it, tap it, and ship it. So yeah, it's a fresh produce. So you can't just buy a bunch of them. This is an on time, real time. You know, we coconuts land in on Friday, you know, or Monday, and they're all gone and out on this trip by Friday. So it's a real time, you know, deal.
I feel like every day you're losing is, you know, cutting into your profits, because like you said, it's a produce and they expire.
It's like a ticking time bomb. So you literally gotta, you know, we know our gauges now. We'd like to learn all this stuff. And I tried getting distributors, man, I had to fire every single one of them. They just did not know how to handle, you know, this. This is such a unique product. So we control it all. We go from the farm to the fridge to the customer, back to the farm with all of our, you know, zero waste stuff. We divert over 95% of our entire supply chain is diverted from landfill. It's repurposed, recycled, reused, eliminated. And so
that's great.
That's the passion. That's the commitment to, you know, it's the mission that gives me the motivation now. It's like, man, you know, there's billion-dollar companies that don't care, and we're doing it with no money. And that's the difference, because it's like, it's not impossible. If I had some ridiculous resources, I could be doing all kinds of stuff. So that's a cool part. You start with the intention, and you know, things kind of tend to come through.
Just to recap, so what are these? You got these new cocoa taps. You kind of told us about them offline, but you said they're made out of 100% manufactured.
So this is a full plant-based, ocean biodegradable, ocean safe. It's fully compostable. Biodegradable means like if we ground these up and put them in the ground, the worms would eat them, and the world would absorb them again. In the ocean, same thing. So this is fully ocean safe and biodegradable, made out of the maize corn flour, and you know, it's wild. I was like blown away that I could actually get savings on my tap costs to eliminate the plastics, because plastic is a petroleum-based product that creates lots of havoc on our systems. When we drink microplastics, which is in a lot of our food, it's in like 80% plus of our food and water streams. Destroys our endocrine system, our hormones, causes cancer, some crazy stuff. So we got to get rid of plastic at any and all costs. It's a permanent material. It doesn't go away. It just keeps breaking down and getting smaller. But eventually, the fish are breathing it, and we're eating the fish. And what goes, there's no way. It comes back to us. So that's the cool thing. I'm switching all that out this year.
It just amazes me how durable that is, and it feels exactly like a
Yeah, it's
plastic.
crazy.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, you figured it out.
we're getting lucky too. I mean, I set it out that I didn't know it existed or could exist, but I was like, we got to fix this. And so I traveled to all kinds of different environmental shows, and I went everywhere. People thought I was crazy. I was studying worms and studying like vermicomposting and understanding materials, and I was getting
you weren't messing around.
I was getting deep in this stuff, man, deep in the game. And so, but now, I was able to. We found the right partners and
that's awesome, man.
cracking it out.
Is it like your eureka moment? You get that? You're like, oh, that's just
Yeah, I mean, because I saw they make bags out of this material.
Yeah.
And the bags that you pick up, the dog and the waste, you can literally bury the bag in the ground and it'll all go back
That's
in.
amazing.
And so I was like, yo, that's amazing. I was like, can you make can you make this out of that? And I'm like, I don't know, let's try.
It's like everything you're seeing. I mean, we talk about all the time. It's like everything's either vegan or going green
Right.
or all. So everything that you're saying, I mean, Coco Taps is the reason for you tap it into
Tapped
all what.
in.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, and that's
Yeah.
it's crazy. But in the Hinduism, tapping into a coconut is like actually breaking through and your ego. Is what
really?
the symbolism of. I
okay.
started reading all this stuff
Got
after.
it.
I'm like, this is heavy. And so like, because I really literally had to reverse all that, because like, I was in gaming and chasing money and all this ego like stuff, and then it all kind of turned around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, I'm blessed and I am lucky. I feel like it is a very tapped in experience. Like this idea flowed through me from source, and drinking from the source, all that stuff. It's all kind of aligned.
That's awesome,
It's
man.
trippy.
So tell me, what made you want to get on the Prophet and just deal with all that?
Well,
Because we saw it together. That was crazy.
That was crazy. Honestly, I went on Shark Tank and I didn't get a deal, which was absolutely devastating, because I was like, man, if I could just partner with one of these cats with my energy, a couple connections, we could just scale it faster. They didn't go for it. So after that, I felt like, well, I mean, we might as well get on the other show. And then what's funny is that Marcus was drinking one of our coconuts at the Cabana in one of his shows on TV. He did a whole feature on Vegas, and there's Marcus Lemonis on TV drinking my fresh coconuts, and I'm like, dude.
Okay. This ain't the. Come
I'm
on.
like,
yeah.
all right, I called him. And then so
Yeah.
when they interviewed us, they really loved everything we had, and so.
How you able to keep your cool with all that BS? Because
Man, it's it's just TV. You
Yeah.
can't take anything too serious or personal. It hurt me a little bit watching it live with everybody there. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, they're making me look like a freaking Coco clown.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but no, it worked out okay. I mean, the response and the views, they're playing that every day. They're running
Yeah.
that thing
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
CNBC. So I mean,
You know what it is? Because you're entertaining, man. Remember I was telling you offline is that you figured out your brand, you know who you are, and you're
Yeah.
having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's what it's all about is people are going to take you through all these little detours, little rabbit
Right.
holes, but you know what you were dealing with. And
Yeah.
I was paying attention to you. I was watching all your body language afterwards. You just like bump all that. We know where we know where we're going. You know what I mean? If they don't come with it, it's
you stay rooted. Everybody's
Yeah.
got an opinion. There's
Yeah.
a million ideas. You stay rooted, stay focused, and just kind of take the bumps and the bruises, right?
Yeah.
Just
Did
roll.
you play sports before?
I played football for 2 years.
Okay.
I was. It's funny is that I was the biggest lineman on the team for Bonanza.
Okay.
And, I played offensive, defensive tackle, and after about 2 years of knocking guys off the block,
Yeah.
when my dad went to jail, I just wasn't feeling like that anymore. I don't want to go through that. That energy was different, and I was like, you know what? And I got accepted to a performing arts school, and I studied language and piano.
Oh,
Just
no
flip
wonder
the
why.
script.
So that's how you
So I
know.
flipped
Okay,
the
I didn't know that.
So I
Okay.
flipped the script. I hung up my cleats and my pads for the piano, which I think was the best outlet I could have had while I was going through all that stuff with my dad.
Sure.
And it kept me sane somehow. It just, after school you stare at that piano, and so that's helped me keep keep everything in check.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, you're a unique individual,
Thanks,
man, because
man.
you never know what you're gonna come with. That's good, man. So, what do you think separates you guys just from other companies, just in general, man? Because you guys aren't doing the regular corporate structure, I guess you say.
Yeah, no, I mean there's a lot of things that separate us from the crowd, and one is just keeping it real, keeping it fresh.
Love that.
Keeping it real.
Yep.
Staying true to the mission, which is people, planet, and fun. We're all about zero waste. We care about our community. We care about our planet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big thing. Like thinking about it, there's 7 billion plus people here on Earth right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to go to 10 billion in our lifetime. Now that means that we have to grow 70% more food and water from the Earth, and our whole world is eroding. We're destroying ecosystems at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
We got to reverse all that. We got to go regenerative. We got to give more than we take. We got to do all this stuff.
I love that you're talking about this, man. This is a serious topic.
This
This
is
is a serious topic. It's
real.
for real.
It's keeping it real. Like, hey,
Yeah.
if you're gonna have kids, they're gonna have to worry about clean air, clean water, and clean food.
100%. Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I'm not having kids for that reason right now. I'm just focused on who's here. And
But you're making that impact, though, which is awesome.
We want to do our best, and then like my dad taught me a lot about life through his mistakes and things. And I actually got my dad pardoned out of prison, believe it or not. It took me 8 years, and I lobbied the Supreme Court.
Did you really?
In Nevada, and we got him out.
That's awesome.
And I mean, but they gave him like 25 to life for a non-violent crime, and it was like first offense. I had a little sister who's like 6. I'm like, man, the punishment didn't fit the crime. It's like, yeah, he did it, but so I went after him, without any lawyers, without any money, and I just lobbied.
You got a gift, man.
I just lobbied.
Yeah.
Figured it out. You want something bad enough, you got to find a way, and so that's just what it is. I mean, I literally do want to change the world. I do. I mean, I think I could do it with coconuts.
Well, not only that, you can do it with your spirit. Like I saw you with the coconut love and painting. You can, man, I was dying when you were doing all that. And but what it does is, look, laughter, it does everything for you, man. And I noticed that, like when me and my wife, we went to the event. Your spirit is contagious, man. And you can feel that. You know what I mean when you're around, and that's why I know you're gonna be successful and continue to be successful, is because you're not caught in the BS, man.
Yeah,
and you're a real dude, so that's
stuck.
good.
Can't get stuck.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear about your father, though, man. That's powerful, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they let 2 people every 4 years on the agenda, and there's like 30,000 applicants a year.
I can't even. It's probably more than that.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, I don't know how. It's just by the manifestations. You work hard and just you can actually visualize things into reality. Like when you think something. You speak it, you believe it.
I love it.
You act on it, it happens. I mean, it's happening.
Yeah. No, it's happening. Yeah, tapping into everything we're saying.
I looked at, everybody's doing that 10-year challenge stuff. I looked at a photo from 8 years ago, and I'm like, I remember that moment. I knew nothing about coconuts then. I knew nothing about nothing, and I'm like, wow, 5 years is a totally different person. I'm this Coco Vinny guy.
Yeah.
Like that's a total reinvention. You can reinvent yourself.
You gotta find something you're passionate about.
Second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just step back, and you got to feel it though. And then you got to work. You got to practice working on that feeling too.
It's funny. I don't know if did you ever see Steve Jobs' commencement speech back in the day?
I
He was at Stanford. It was Stanford, I believe. And he was talking about basically, in so many words, I can't say as eloquent as him, but basically, if tomorrow you're not excited about what you're waking up to do, and it was your last day to live, and in so many words, if you're dying tomorrow, if you're not excited about that, eventually you're gonna hit that. You know what I mean? So it's like every day you're going through, and you're seeing it right now. You worked in the corporate world, and now you're running with your vision, and you're seeing the impact that you're doing. And yeah, there's all the TV stuff and everything that's humor to that, but at the end of the day, you are really impacting people, and you're networking with people. Right. And I've seen you're connected, so it's awesome, man.
There's another way to make a product, and it's actually cheaper than doing it the way that everybody wants to do. That's negative to everybody else.
Yeah,
that's what's tripping. That's what's tripping me out. I'm like, really? This is cheaper?
What is that? When we're talking about that too, what is the price point? I know it's set up. I mean, there's going to be different areas, of course. You can have so let's
tapped
say if
coconut?
so let's say if I wanted to just buy this just regular on the strip,
so
what would you pay?
on the strip they're between 10 and 15.
Okay, yeah, because
Okay,
you're going
for
to deal with
coconut.
high end, yeah.
And then we have stores like Terrible's
Yeah.
and Jeans about $8.99.
Okay,
And then we have stores here. There's a place called U.S. Market, I think,
oh okay,
and they're like $6.99.
okay, yes, yeah,
$7.99.
that's
So
good.
it's not ridiculous, and so and then we're just getting more locations. I think we're working on Green Valley Grocer. We're working on some big chains,
Yeah.
Speedy Marts. Want to get out there, and we start lining up those convenience stores.
And it's hydrated, and it's got so much health benefits to it
Yeah,
too.
summertime you're drinking and it's hot outside.
There's all sorts of benefits. They call that God's Gatorade, man. I mean, it's got
Yeah.
every electrolyte you need
Yeah.
for energy, for post-workout.
Yeah.
It's glorious for athletes. I mean, this is like, that's the original.
Cuts a lot of the sodium and the potassium and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, the Polynesians sailed all around the world before the Vikings did, and they used the stars and coconuts to get all around the world. And that's how coconuts got to Hawaii and to Puerto Rico, is from the Polynesians. Coconuts carbon dated back like 20 million years, and it's one of the most evolved plants on Earth.
So you know, yeah, you did
Oh,
your
I
history.
could-
Yeah, you did your history. Yeah.
No, I'm
good.
Coco Vinny. I am the coconut.
Yeah, that's right.
Because like what's trippy is that the coconut relies on the ocean current to spread its seed.
Yeah.
So it can literally roll up on shore. It doesn't need soil. It can grow on lava, on sand, on gravel, and it'll sprout and just tree. And then it's hurricane resistant. So hurricanes come through, it'll let go of the coconuts and it'll bend. It won't snap. It won't deroot. It's like
That's
it's got
crazy.
different root systems and everything. It's evolved.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah,
the
you know,
coconut
yeah.
is about evolution, and it's about adapting to your surroundings, and that's what we have to learn how to do here on Earth. Like figure out how to survive.
Man, you ain't lying. Yeah, I was just listening to Malcolm Gladwell today.
Okay.
Yeah, it got deep when he was dealing with all this stuff. And you're right. You got to learn how to adapt. You got to learn how to adapt with other cultures. I mean, there's a lot. So
Man,
it's no joke. But switching a little bit to get into Vegas, what do you like about Las Vegas?
you know, I love Vegas is that it's so, it's such a small town still, and you can get things done. Because I've tried to do things in like California and different spots, and you can really get stuff done here still.
Yeah.
I feel like it's business friendly,
Mhm.
so I love that about it. Cost of living isn't crazy yet,
You ain't
but it's
lying,
going up. But
Yeah.
but I think really, I love Vegas for so many reasons. I mean, all these people come here from all over the world. So if you have a product, you want to test market that product.
You want to test it here.
If you can
for
make
sure.
it here, then you can make it everywhere.
Yeah.
In a way, if you could figure out your own little niche or whatever. So I just like
Good
Vegas. I mean,
perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people coming from all over the place.
plus, I kind of like it because of the mystique and the history of it. It started with a bunch of gangsters.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
Mormons and gangsters started this city. It's just
That's
weird,
true.
right? You know,
Yeah.
so like, I like the whole thing, and it's a symbol of imagination because it was a piece of dirt. Now
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah, it's
There was
unbelievable.
one guy that's I said, "We're gonna put this here."
Yeah.
And
In the middle of the
Vision.
bang, like Steve Wynn, his whole thing, and all these different innovators and imaginative folks that are just like
Killing it.
that's inspiring.
Yeah. And it's just going to continue with all the stuff that they're doing.
Shoot,
It's
I
just
think the
unbelievable.
richest Jew in the world is here in this city. I think it's Adelson's probably one of the richest Jewish guys
Probably,
in town, and
yeah.
there's so many crazy stories about things.
Yeah.
And we're only going in the right with the we got Oakland Raiders in here. I mean,
Raiders.
We're
everything's just
growing.
going.
We're a real city now.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
And the next 10 years, I think we're gonna at least double probably in population. So
Yeah.
that's
That's
a lot
true.
of coconuts, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got the right vision. Yeah. So tell us, because we always ask everybody, what's your favorite restaurant in Las Vegas?
Oh wow. Mm. You know, my old school favorite used to be Nora's Italian.
Okay.
I used to always go to Nora's back in the day. It
Yeah.
was just a little
Yeah.
hole mall, and then they expanded. I like them. I like so many restaurants, man. I'm a foodie. So
There you go.
I depends what genre. I mean,
Okay.
seriously, I got a lot of favorites.
There you go.
All different
Okay.
ways. So like, gosh, I mean, there's this new little restaurant called I think it's called Los Consuelos. It's a brand new one, and anyway, so there's so many. There's
Yeah.
It really is.
spots.
It's a
Vegas
good
has got
food
so much
spot.
good food, man. That's what we always want to ask everybody, so they can be able to tap in. So for sure, what's some of your personal goals, and what do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So next 5 years, we'll definitely have our own coconut farm. We're gonna have 100 acres,
Smart.
either in Hawaii or Puerto Rico. We're gonna try and put all that together next 18 months to start planting seeds in the ground and working on that. I'm just gonna be on this cocoa adventure as far as, where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be right here. I'm here in Miami and the Caribbean and Hawaii.
Picking all these beautiful
Yeah,
places,
right.
man.
I'm
Dude,
gonna
we
be
need-
following the sunshine and the coconuts.
You need to open up an internship or something, man. You have go out with you to Puerto Rico and stuff, man. Yeah.
No, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to
Yeah.
be working on this project. I mean, I have a 50-year plan. So
50-year plan.
50 plus years. I mean, I'll be 90 plus. My grandma's 102. If I can go to 100, that means I got 60 years.
You know, it's so funny. I just saw T.K. Kirkland talk about that recently, and he was saying that he already knows what he's doing in 2025.
Mhm.
And people were messing with him, and he was like, "No, I'm serious. I know exactly what I'm doing in
Right.
2025,
Yeah.
like January 2025."
I mean, from here, we're gonna start tapping every city, every
Yeah.
helping communities, helping farmers, creating jobs, creating zero waste, sustainable jobs.
That's
And,
awesome, man.
that's what we're gonna be doing. It's a mission.
Yeah, we're excited to see it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's right in the
Can't
mix,
wait.
man.
Yeah.
We're
Hey,
right in the
we'll
mix.
be
yeah.
back on the show a bunch.
Yeah,
We'll
we-
do the updates because
we got to.
definitely.
really, really, exciting stuff.
So tell us, man, anything that we forgot that we should have asked, or anything you want to share to the listeners that's coming up, or we
Yeah, I
should
mean-
plan on?
Well, I don't know who your listeners are exactly, but if you're out there, grinding a job or getting ready to start your own business or whatever, long-term thinking is the most healing and patience kind of thing to do. I mean, everybody wants everything now, and if you can just put that aside and just work towards something long-term, 10 years
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah.
So they say you overestimate what you do in a year, you underestimate what you can do in 10 years. So anybody who's doing anything, just take a step back and just work, and don't try and attach any result on where you should be, and don't listen to anyone else around you. Everyone's going to have their shoulds that are going to say, you should be here by this point, these artificial timelines, or you should have already been here. Like, what? Like, so that's really
Yeah.
just run your race. Just do your thing, do you, and run your race, because everybody else thinks that they know where they're running, and they
Yeah.
think they know everything for you, but that's your race. It's not their race.
Love it, man.
So
Yeah,
Love
real
it.
good
let
stuff.
them, tell them, this is my race,
Yeah.
and I'm running it. So you watch, you get out the way.
There
know
you
what I mean?
go.
So
Yeah.
that's the best advice I can give, because there's a lot of noise. People come to me, friends,
Yeah.
strangers, and they come to me and they tell me all these shoulds.
Yeah.
You should have done this, and you should be here, you should be doing that. Man, this is my race. I'm right where I want to be.
All I can honestly say is you should get these cocoa taps, man. Straight up, it's really good, man. We excited, man. We appreciate you hanging out
Yeah.
with us, man.
Yeah,
And,
definitely. man.
Thanks for having me.
Over-
This is fun.
Yeah, we would definitely have to bring you back next year and share what
Okay.
you guys are
We'll
doing.
do
I
an
know there's a
update.
lot of things under wraps you can't share, but
Yeah.
we got you.
No,
so
but we got the cruise ships. We're gonna be in Miami.
Cool.
We got some Caribbean action going on. so,
awesome.
And where can people find you at?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. that.
Cocoa Taps for You on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Coco Vinny, COCOVINNY. Yeah.
We mentioned a couple locations throughout the city too, so if you want to go pick one up, you know where to
You
find
said
them at.
terribles, yeah.
Getting
Terribles.
Terribles.
Yep.
We're in all the resorts on the Strip and all the retail MGM resorts and bunch of cool
Well,
stuff.
support our guy Coco Vinny. It's definitely worth
Thanks,
it.
guys.
So
Appreciate
we
you.
appreciate you hanging
Yeah,
out with us at
Coco
Bottega
love.
Exchange, man. Thank you, man. You can catch us at thevegascircuit.com.
Beautiful.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks.